If you're a walleye fisherman, this is a show you won't want to miss. We're going to cover a secret tournament method. We've flirted with it a little bit in the past with the Next Bite, but we've really never covered it in detail. In this show, we're going to cover it in detail. One of the main reasons is because in the past, we've had to hand bend the hooks. It's really too hard to explain how to do that. Well, Mustad has just come out with this hook. You can buy it now. So we're going to actually go into this methodology in detail, right back to where Chase and I actually worked on the hook bends, the St. Mary's River system and the UP of Michigan. This place is gorgeous. It's God's country. You've got great big ocean vessels going by. The Coast Guard runs by, and you catch fish right in the middle of the channel. So come with us and get your next bite.
The Sault Ste. Marie River system isn't just any fishery. It's more like a walleye angler's playground. There are a couple options as far as structure in the shipping channel where Gary and Chase are focusing most of their attention. But when you have a single universal technique as effective in this scenario as slow death is, at times the hardest part of your fishing can just be keeping your lines wet.
Do you even have any rods down anymore?
I think one.
It seems that little spinning hook with the funky bend has these walleyes hypnotized.
It's coming in hand over fist now.
Whether combining it with gulp or reel crawlers, it's a simple case of action equals reaction.
Oh, hey, I got one. I was just reeling in here, just starting to check my line, and I got one.
You think you need the net on that one?
Yeah, it's a pretty good fish. I didn't know how big it was because I started reeling and he just whaled it.
That's a good fish. Oh, yeah, that's a nice fish. Jeez. I think I got one.
No, I had him. As soon as I started picking my rod up, I was going to check the crawler, and he just whaled it when I had it in my hand. That's why I didn't know how big he was, because I didn't get really to set the hook on him.
Oh, nice fish, though. Real nice.
Boy, is he pretty, huh? Look at the color. Yeah. All right. A bonus fish. Oh, there he goes. Here's one. Oh, good fish. You got one?
Oh, good fish. Good fish, Dan. Good fish. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a nice fish.
He got up right away, too.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, good thing he's in the net.
No kidding. Oh, that's a good fish.
Kind of lasted himself in the net there.
He's a pretty decent fish.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh. Slow death them, huh?
Yeah, he hammered it pretty good. All of a sudden, the rod was just doubled over and...
Right up on that break, right on the channel edge, huh?
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and put him back in. There he goes.
All right.
There are a lot of places that you can catch walleyes in the St. Mary's River system, but one of the most consistent areas are the channels themselves. This is an overall schematic of the river system as it flows from Lake Superior down to Lake Huron. Now what we have here are these channels, and that's where we want to work. We work three distinct areas on the channel systems. We'll work the drop-off edges. In fact, any place where the drop-off itself is kind of sharp. I like to look for the edges that go from about 20 feet down to 30 feet. Another real hot area are around these buoy systems. The buoys themselves, the bases of the buoys and the anchoring systems create a current break, and the current's always flowing through the system. Not all of the buoys will have fish, but some of them are fish magnets. So we like to pull these slow death systems right by the buoys. And we just go by every one until we start catching fish. So that's another hot area. The third area, which I think is the biggest sleeper area of all, is in the middle of the channel. What you want to look for there are the areas that are real rolly, and some of those areas have rock on the bottom. This is where the ocean-going vessels will actually, I think what happens is their props churn up the bottom, and the hard areas of the bottom stay intact, and the soft areas kind of get dug out. Those fish will sit in those washouts, and if you pull that bouncer and slow death by them, you'll get fish. So those three areas are areas that you can explore. There's so much channel to work with that you can frog around and find hot spots. Man, I'm telling you, you could probably spend a whole summer before you hit them all. So this is a cool place to fish, and the channels are where it's at.
Now when you're trolling bottom bouncers like we are today, especially on these sharp drop-offs, what we like to do is have a good lure spread. Now what I mean when I'm talking about having a good lure spread is that you're not fishing the same water as what the other guy in your boat is. If you're up front, you're covering two different paths than the guy in the back. Now how we do this is basically running different length rods. Depending on your size of boat and basically the size of rod you like, you're able to use a variety of different sizes. One might be a 6.5 foot handheld rod, which we are using today. Another might be an 8.5 foot dead stick rod. We're also today using a brand new Bass Pro Walleye Angler Signature Series 12-foot rod that Dad and Keith actually just got done designing. It's a brand new rod, and what that 12-foot rod does is gives you a large lure spread. You can basically cover that drop off with one swipe, having one line up shallow, one just next to it, a little bit deeper, and then way out deep. So it just makes you more precise, and I tell you what, just having a good lure spread is going to catch you more fish. Here's one.
You got one, Chase?
Yep.
You need the net?
It doesn't feel that good. Oh, that's decent.
Oh, that's
Actually, it's a little bit bigger than I thought.
pretty good one, Chase. Come on.
Kind of surprised me when it came up. I didn't think it was that nice. Oh. And they are swallowing. Swallowing the slow death. Let's let this one go, see if we can't find a bigger one. There you go, buddy.
Oh, got him. Got him.
You need the net on that one?
Yeah, this is a good fish, Chase. This is actually a real good fish. Nice bite. This is a nice one. Real nice fish.
Hang down.
Oh yeah, he bit just like a walleye. Woo. Woo.
Big fish, whatever it is. It's a big one.
It's a nice walleye. Here we go.
Good
Yeah.
Fish. Good
Nice
fish.
fish, huh? Wow.
That is a good fish, Dad.
That's a nice
Saw him down there, he just came straight up at us.
Yeah. Wow, he's a nice fat one. Look how fat he is, Chase.
Yeah.
That was a good bite, boy. Look how fat they are here. Get some of these channel fish, they're just little horses.
Well, you fought hard for you too, huh?
Yeah.
Taking a little trig.
Yeah, let's let him go. There he goes.
The real deal. Straight talk to make you a better fisherman. Brought to you by Bass Pro Shops.
This technique that we're using today is called slow death. It is a presentation that we use in place of pulling bottom bouncers and spinners. And really, the only thing that's different are the simple components. You know, it doesn't really look like much, but this bent, especially bent Aberdeen hook catches a lot of fish. This technique was designed on the tournament trail several years ago and was basically kept a secret for the last probably 6 or 7 years. Now it's out. Mustad is coming out with a brand new hook that's actually going to be called the Slow Death hook. We had a few prototypes of it, made sure the bend was right, and what this bend does is get our crawlers spinning. I'm going to show you now how we hook up these crawlers to get this slow death presentation to work effectively. It's simply getting a nice crawler, and what you want to do with this Aberdeen hook is take the nose of the crawler and actually string it onto the hook and go all the way up to right around the collar of that crawler. Come out the side, actually string the nose of that crawler up over the eye of the hook so it's laying straight on the shank of that hook. And then pinch the crawler off only about half an inch behind that hook. It doesn't look like much, it looks like a pretty small presentation, but what this does is gets that crawler spinning. It's a deadly technique. Not only does it catch walleyes, but when we're pre-fishing and fishing in tournaments, we catch smallmouth, we catch northerns, catch just an unbelievable amount of species of fish on this technique. It really makes these fish go crazy.
Sight Bites. Answers to your questions from the Next Bite website. Brought to you by Purina.
Atta boy. Come on, Rex. Huh? Good boy. You know, on the Next Bite website, we get a ton of questions. Guys want to know different things about rigging their boats. This week's Purina Sight Bites question, when it comes to a deep V boat, what do I look for in a bow mount trolling motor?
A bow mount trolling motor is a critical piece of equipment for a walleye fisherman. And the main reason for that is because boat control is so important for our type of fishing. The difference between good boat control and bad is a lot of fish or very few and none. So when you're looking at your bow mount trolling motor for your walleye fishing boat, you know, there's a couple things that you want to look for. First of all is shaft length. You want to make sure on these deep V boats that you've got a long enough shaft that it will stay in the water even in fairly rough conditions. You know, if the prop is buzzing up out of the water, you aren't going to be able to control the boat. Now the next thing to look at is the two different steering mechanisms that you can choose for your trolling motor. If you do a lot of precise boat control like vertical jigging or pitching jigs, then a good choice is to go with either the cable drives or the motor drive engines that have a positional foot pedal on them, meaning that wherever you put your foot, that's where the trolling motor will turn. If you do a lot of dragging techniques, jig trolling, trolling spinners, pulling bottom bouncers, then the power drive engines are a real good choice because you control them not only with a foot pedal, but you could also use a little remote, a handheld remote. The last thing to look at on your trolling motors is your power. Now if you've got a 14, 16, maybe even a 17-foot boat like this one, then a 12-volt system is oftentimes enough. If you move up to an 18, 19-foot boat, then I really would look at a 24-volt system. If you use one of the boat like my big tournament boat, a 21-footer, then you really want to look at a 36-volt system. The more power you've got, the better it's going to be in especially rough conditions. So in summary, there's three different things to look at. You want to look at your shaft length, make sure it's plenty long. You want to look at the type of foot pedal that you use or the steering mechanism. And lastly, you want to look at your power. And if I can give you one little tip, go long and go strong, and you'll never be sorry.
Remember, on the Next Bite website, you not only get answers to your questions, but you've got access to articles and tips and a great forum page. All great information to help you get your next bite. Rex, you want your next bite? Huh?
Trading clouds for sun and stronger winds, Gary and Chase Parsons continue to enjoy the advantage of the powerful influence their slow death hook and crawler setup has had over these Sault Ste. Marie walleyes. Putting the appropriate spin on things, this trip to the UP of Michigan has been nothing short of incredible and is just getting better and better.
Oh, I got one going. Here's one.
You got one? You got him?
Yep.
Is that a good one or not?
It's a pretty good fish too, Dad. Yep.
Right. I'll get the net. You just marked him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Ooh, he's a nice
Yep.
one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good fish.
Yeah, it is.
That's a 3-pound fish.
Oh, that is a nice fish,
Yeah,
Dad.
it is a good one.
I can't
Wow.
get over how fat they are.
Oh yeah, they're just great.
Wow.
Talk about a place. No other boats. It's just unreal. One of the prettiest places on earth.
Well, the no other boats thing could be a case that there's 35-mile-an-hour winds out right now.
You think that might be it?
That could be it.
Boy, he wanted this slow death.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Go ahead and let him go.
Now that is a nice channel walleye right there. They get bigger than that. We could get some bigger ones, but that is a nice one. I'll let him go. There you go, buddy. There you go. He is happy. Oh, man.
Oh, we got blown off again. Let's
Yeah, we'll go back up and
make
a little
another
circle.
pass. Oh, here's one. Here's one. Oh, yeah, good one.
Yeah,
good.
good
Yeah.
fish?
Yep.
God, you didn't even let me get my bait in there.
That boy. This one hit like a walleye. Nice walleye, too. Come on. Come on, baby.
Oh, that is a good one, Chase. Oh,
Yeah, yes, yes.
that was a nice one. Tell you what, that's a good channel fish there. Now, this is a high percentage deal with slow death like this. This is a nice fish. That's a nice fish. Yeah, you come up here to get fish like this. This is awesome. It's fun. Well, we're gonna get him back in the water here. That's a good one. Oh, man. He wanted to go now.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, young man.
What did you get? That was awesome. Is it a good one?
It's not too bad.
You are a loser. Now this special hook is basically the meat and potatoes of this. Love meat and potatoes.
The kid gets a walleye, the old man gets a sheep head.
About the same size for us too, see? See the belly, see the belly, see the nice physique, sexy.
The Next Bite would like to thank the wonderful staff of Best Western Sault Ste. Marie. Located right off the highway, Best Western makes for an easy, clean, and comfortable stay. For reservations, call the number below or visit them on the web.